Hello there folks, and welcome back to the Chaps Guide. My name is Ash and I'm your curator, joining you on this journey that we're going on together to self-improvement, personal development and just being the best chaps that we can be. Now in today's video I'm doing a bit of a comparison among a number of products because for some time I've been trying different products, face scrubs, and trying to find the best which works for me, which is good value for money, which is, you know, a little bit of luxury as well. So it's a practical test, so you're going to get to see me trying some of these products out, and we'll come back in a minute and we'll discuss them in a bit more depth. Hello there folks, so you join me in the shower where I'm going to undertake some sort of non-scientific experimentation to find out what's the best value face scrub that I have found, not just the best value but actually the best performing. So I'm trying some interesting ones. There's Bulldog, which is a very inexpensive one from local supermarkets, and that's described as just an original face scrub. We've got something of a market leader, that's Clinique for men. That's face scrub as it's described, and we'll give that one a try. I've also got Kiehl's Oil Eliminator, which again is a deep cleansing exfoliating face wash, so face scrub. And finally a bit of luxury here, and Floris, the James Bond's perfumier, they also do a facial scrub as well. So I'm going to give these all a go in the shower. This is full experimentation and I will let you know how it goes at the end with a bit of a breakdown and a review of all the products. Okay, so welcome back. I hope that wasn't too gratuitous, but sometimes when you're experimenting on products, you've got to do it. So today, the products I'm going to discuss, I've been either using for some time, in the case of the ones I'll tell you, but also other ones I've bought specifically for this test, and I've used on several occasions over a number of weeks, just so I get a view and an opinion of how they've worked and what their value for money is and so on. So none of this is kind of, anything more than my subjective view. So that's just, I want to put that out there. I'm not going to, be negative about something which I haven't given a trial. I'm just telling you which I think are the best from these 4 products which I have tested. Now you saw me testing a luxury product there, and that's this fella. It is the Floris, and they describe it as face scrub. Now what you get in this tub, 75 milliliters of the Floris, it's called the Gentleman Floris number 89 face scrub. And this cost £26 and 66 pence for 75 milliliters, which is the most expensive product that I'm talking about here today. And this Floris one, now Floris is a bit of a bespoke gentleman's heritage perfumier, which is particularly famous because its number 89 product line was the product line which was used by Ian Fleming, the creator of James Bond. And I think in some of the literary works which he created, he made mention of the fact that Bond was a user of Floris aftershave. As a consequence, it's become a bit of a pilgrimage. It's on Jermyn Street in London, in Piccadilly, and as a consequence, a lot of gentlemen choose this brand and this particular product line, the number 89 product line. It's called number 89 because it is actually number 89 Jermyn Street, and yeah, it's a great product. I mean, I recently bought some of the number 89 aftershave from Floris when I was visiting London recently. I visited their flagship store in Jermyn Street, and I have to say I really connected with the fragrance. I really like it, and I've been using it for quite some time now, and I think I'm going to be a long-term user of that product line. Not necessarily seduced by the Bond thing, but for me when it comes to fragrance, I've got to be seduced by the nose thing, and for me it works. But for the facial scrub, I gave it a try, shot in the dark, and what can I say? Well, it has quite a thick consistency. It's not a bad, it's a sort of a paste, and the abrasive element of it, as you can see, are quite sort of dark grains of something. It doesn't say what it is. I mean, what it does tell us is that it contains British extracts of willow, hops and oats. So unusual, you know, it's kind of organic-y, doesn't make any reference to it being organic. Florist, of course, has the royal warrant to Prince Charles, the Prince of Wales, and His Royal Highness, the Duke of Edinburgh. So it's got a bit of royal heritage behind it as well. What was my personal experience of using this for a few days? But what I can tell you is that it has got quite a pronounced odour, smell, of the number 89 product range. So if you like to layer your products, if you're using this and then you're going to use the same aftershave afterwards, the odours are very, you know, they obviously connect. They're all the same. So it's got a strong smell to it. The exfoliating feeling of it, now it says you should use it twice a week before shaving. It depends with facial scrub. Sometimes people use it before shaving. I tend to just use it in the shower as a facial wash or scrub. But I found it pretty good. I found it pretty good. And if I was going to give it, out of 5 stars, I would award this one 3 stars out of the 5. Of all the products I tested today, it was fairly good, but its value for money factor being that it was £26.99, which I purchased from Amazon. I'll put a link below. It's the cheapest I could find it. And for the amount that you get, 75 millilitres, it's expensive. Is it better than the others? Not necessarily, but if you like the smell, you like the sort of exclusivity of using a florist product, it might be for you. It's definitely the top end of the ones that I'm talking about today. Now, the second one I'm going to talk about today is this chap here. Now, this is Kiehl's Oil Eliminator, and this is a product I've actually been using for a couple of years. So this is one that I use every day, basically, and it's described as being a deep cleansing, exfoliating facial wash for men. So basically, it's a facial scrub. But you can use this on a daily basis. It doesn't, you know, like the florist one says use twice a week. This one, use every day. I tend to use it every day. My own experience, I get in the shower, I wash my face using the facial wash, and then I shower as normal using, you know, whatever body wash or whatever. What can I say about this? Well, this cost £26.77, so a little bit more than the florist. However, this is 200 millilitres. Whereas the florist offering was only 75 millilitres, so you know, much more than twice the amount for the same amount of money, give or take a few pence. What can I tell you about this one? This one lathers really nicely when you wash your face with it. It's got a pleasing smell. I would say it's got a bit of eucalyptus or something like that in there, you know, quite pleasing. The grains, the abrasive grains of the scrub, which you can see within the material, it's quite granular. It's quite small grains opposed to perhaps the florist, which were larger, more visible grains, and it's not as abrasive on your face. So you really don't feel that your face has been savagely exfoliated. You know, it's more gentle, more of a wash and a gentle exfoliating experience rather than an abrasive one. But pound for pound, I think this is really good value. I've used that one for quite some time, so that kind of testifies to my taste for it, although I haven't used any of these other products before today, so I'm weighing them up. And if I was to grade this out of 5 stars, I would give this 4 stars, so a little bit higher than the florist. Value for money wise, taking that into account, it is better value for money. The exfoliation experience of it, slightly less than the florist, but it depends what you're looking for. You know, this is more of a daily wash opposed to a twice weekly as described by florist, but still good value for money and a good result as a consequence of that. So the next product I'm going to demonstrate or use here is this Clinique for Men facial scrub. Now this chap cost £21.49. For 100 millilitres. So value for money, not bad. A little bit cheaper than the other products in a way, but for 100 millilitres, you know, it's less value for money obviously than the Kiehl's because you get half the amount. But the important thing is, how did it work? Well, this one is much more of a thick paste and very granular to feel. The odour, not very pronounced. It doesn't smell much of anything. But what this chap is incredibly abrasive. When you wash your face with this, using this, you really know that this is an exfoliating facial scrub. You know, it's I could almost describe it as like using toothpaste with sand in it. And my face was left zinging, you know, afterwards, a stingy experience. And it really felt like I was cutting through the layers of dead skin. If you suffer with oily skin, I would imagine this would be really exfoliating for that experience. So really, really exfoliating, this one. And of all of the 4 that I have tested today, I would say that this was the one which I enjoyed the most. I say enjoyed the most. It was certainly the one which I felt was doing its job most effectively when it came to exfoliating my skin, removing dead layers. And you know, afterwards, after I'd had the shower, my face really felt refreshed, slightly stingy, you know, not in an unpleasant way, but this really felt like it had done its job. So value for money wise, £21.49. I've sourced it on Amazon, link below. I actually think this was the best product I tried up to this point. And if I was giving this a grading out of 5 stars, I gotta say, 5 out of 5 for me, 5 stars, so really good experience. And finally, quite a few of the products I've talked about so far have been relatively expensive. Yeah, there's no doubt, you know, they're kind of luxury, you know, to pay the best part of £25, £26 for a product, you know, which is largely not necessary. You can live without it, can't you? You can use a bar of soap if you want. But actually, to make it more realistic, I'm trying a very inexpensive product, which I sourced from a supermarket, in fact. And this costs £3. And it's Bulldog Skincare for Men. This is the original facial scrub. Now, they do a couple of other flavors in their range, or scents, or whatever you want to call it. But this costs £3 for 125 millilitres. So actually, very inexpensive indeed. If it's inexpensive or expensive, it doesn't really matter. Depends how good it is. That's the real question. So I've used this one for about 3 days. And I have to say, this is the one I've used most recently. What can I say about this one? You can tell it's inexpensive. You can tell it's inexpensive. I didn't like the smell of it. It smelled a little bit of oily, fatty smell. Perhaps that's being, you know, ungenerous to it, but it didn't smell very nice. But its exfoliating qualities were actually quite good. It is described as having aloe vera and green tea and camelina oils as the extracts within it, and it's olive seeds, which are the abrasive element within the paste. So you can see the little olive seeds in it, and yes, it was quite exfoliating. I would say, in reality, it was on a par with the Floris for the exfoliating qualities, but where the Floris had the benefit of a pleasing odour, this one was lacking that. So, truthfully, if I gave the Floris 3 out of 5, I'm going to give this 3 out of 5 as well. I'm being a little generous to this one because I'm grading it mostly on the exfoliating qualities, and also the very simple fact that at £3 you can buy many tubs of this stuff for 1 tub of, say, the Floris or the Clinique even. You know, so when it goes for value for money, if you're looking for relatively good exfoliation for a modest price, you know, you're going to find it difficult to go farther or to look better than this Bulldog product. So actually quite a pleasing experience for my money, because, you know, I didn't really connect with the Bulldog. I didn't like the odor that much. Some of you may, if you try some of the other flavors or smells, odors that they do, that might be something more pleasing for you. But the original, I wasn't really, you know, I didn't fall in love with it at all. For me, my favorite odor was definitely the Floris. But for value for money, the Kiehl's is going to be my winner. Kiehl's. For exfoliating experience, it has to be the Clinique. But ultimately, it's down to you what you prefer, what you're looking for it to do. If you're looking for something which is really going to tear into your skin and exfoliate it on a, you know, on a cellular level, definitely the Clinique. If you want something a little more gentle, which is going to last a lot longer because it's more, you know, value for money, I would say consider the Kiehl's. As everything though, it's just merely my objective view here. It's going to be worth you giving it a try for yourself. You know, there are many more products on the market. I'm not endorsing any of these. I've not been endorsed by any of these to speak about them. Purely my own experiences and how it's worked for me. So yeah, after a week of using these exfoliants, my skin feels about 5 years younger, and yeah, I'm going to continue using them, and actually I'm going to perhaps, you know, switch it up and try some other ones, because I think there are more experiences to have out there. So hopefully you've enjoyed listening to the Chaps guide today on facial scrubs and my experience of experimenting with a few of the common brands on the market, one or two luxury, others a little bit less so, and what my thoughts were. If you have enjoyed this video, please do click the like button. Don't forget to click the subscribe button so you don't miss anything that we put out in the future. And also, if you disagree with anything I've said, or if you think there's a product that I would like to try, let me know in the comments box below. I really do enjoy hearing from you when you give me feedback, because it makes me get better at this job and provide you with better material as well. So thanks for listening today. I look forward to speaking to you in the next video, and until then, take care.